Welcome again, everybody, to Hot Plate Madness, or HPM, as I like to call it now.
Is that what you're
Hot Plate Madness. The exciting Jen Martin. I'm
Yay!
Roger, and today Jen is super excited.
Yay!
Because Jen loves goulash. And if you heard from last week's show, you know that Jen hates goulash, but we are going to punch you in the face with some goulash knowledge today.
Yeah, well, I actually punched Roger in the face with some goulash knowledge before we started, because there seems to be some conflict and contradiction into like what goulash is. Roger, would you please tell us what goulash is?
Well, I actually am going to turn this over to the lovely Jen Martin to explain the entire thing. I am making what will be referred to as an American goulash today.
Yes.
Jen made the mistake of Googling regular old goulash, and what did you find?
Regular old goulash is a Hungarian dish, Roger. Native to the Hungarian people, okay? And it basically is some beef and potatoes and vegetables in a broth with spices and paprika. A glorified stew. So I was like, Roger, we're just making stew? Why? What are you calling it goulash for? And then Roger tells me, no, it's not stew. I said, yes, it is. And so back and forth we went. And it turns out there's an American version of goulash, which is also known, you can look this up on Google, it is also known as slumgullion.
Slumgullion.
Slumgullion is American goulash, and it even says when it's describing American goulash and Hungarian goulash, it says that really the only relationship or only similarity between the original goulash and American goulash is the name goulash.
Yes.
That's the only thing that's the same, people. That's it.
Well, except the American goulash is better because America. Slumgullion.
Slumgullion.
And what you need your 1 pound of hamburger or more, depending on your love of hamburger. You need a little guy of garlic, an onion, of course.
Such a cute little guy.
It's a little guy of garlic.
I never buy little guys of garlic.
Yeah, no, it's fun.
I get the big guy of garlic.
Tomato paste. Over here you've got your whole tomatoes, 28-ounce can of whole tomatoes.
Big can.
And then we've got some Italian seasoning there. We have the fun and exciting Trio Italian of the pasta, and the reason it's fun is exciting.
Trio
Italiano, sorry. And the reason it's exciting is because you've got 3 different types of pasta in there.
Well, let's look at these,
So
Roger.
we are American.
We've got a penne noodle, right? And we've got a rotini noodle, spiral guy, and we have a shell noodle, Trio Italiano.
Oh, thank you. So what we, of course, have already done is started the water boiling, and it's coming along. But we will go ahead and... and so we're going to put our 1 pound of hamburger right in, get that going. I do not have any paper there. There's that guy.
I'm going to take this.
And while that's occurring, I'm going to go ahead and cut up the onion, because we'll actually add the onion right to this. Very similar to what we did last week with the tacos.
Flamingo tacos.
Right. And did Dory end up already leaving, or is she still around?
She is not around as an employee, but she's around in the state of Alaska still for a little bit. I'm not sure what day she's leaving. She's supposed to come in today? Alright.
So we're going to chop this onion up again, like we always do. Jen is moving away from the onion.
I can feel it already! You know, I think it's because I have really big eyeballs.
That's
more surface area
to
be affected by the onion fumes.
I'm actually using the bad knife today to spare you when you're dealing with the garlic.
Thank you, Roger. You're so nice.
Yeah, sometimes.
Sometimes.
Alright, so we've got our onion chopped up pretty good.
Where's that taster at?
And
you're not watching?
We're going to toss that in. And then continue to mix that around. And Jen, if you want to start on the garlic, I can monitor this.
How much garlic am I doing, Roger?
Let's do, let's look and see the size of those cloves. You probably want...
We know how much Roger likes garlic.
Yeah, you probably want at least 2 of those, but if they're really tiny little guys, let's do 3. No, that one's pretty good.
Do that?
Yeah, let's
Okay.
just do the 2. You don't want to overpower it. Now, you notice how Jen kind of smacked those.
It's to
garlic.
get the peeling off a lot easier.
Yep.
Otherwise, you'll sit there and like shred it like string cheese all day long.
Yes.
But if you smash it with a knife or a hammer or whatever you got handy in your kitchen, you can get the paper off a lot easier. Okay, and you want me to chop this up?
Yeah, let's mince those guys up.
If you're really cool, you've got like a garlic masher in your kitchen. There is such a thing as a garlic masher. How's that for knowledge?
Well, you've
It's
actually
like this
got
little-
some skills right
I know, it's because I do this at home. But I do have a garlic masher at home that it just mashes it almost like into a paste, so that you don't get big Roger chunks in your dish. But Roger likes big chunks
there.
of
You know,
garlic.
you got to go with the garlic when you got it, right? You want garlic in your dish, you got to be able to taste that garlic. No better way to do that than accidentally leaving in a really, really, really large chunk of garlic. And then somehow getting it served to our taste tester. She's got that chopped up. Let's go ahead and just dump that right on in
Right.
here. And we'll let that cook in. Perfect.
Ta-da!
So you're just mixing all that stuff in. And we're actually going to go ahead. We've got some Italian seasoning here. The cool thing about Italian seasoning, it's kind of an all-in-one deal, because in the Italian seasoning, there's what is in there? There's like rosemary,
Basil
and thyme,
and yeah,
all sorts of stuff. So one purchase, you get all sorts of
marjoram,
different... Oh, there's our friend marjoram. again.
savory, sage, oregano.
So you can put about,
It smells good.
I don't know, you can put about a teaspoon or so. I kind of like to just go all the way
I just
around.
look at my dish and I kind of go around like it's salt and pepper on top of the meat. That's what I do.
Yep. So that works. We're just getting some unique
When I
flavor
make
combinations.
goulash all the time.
When you make the goulash, or the slumgullion as you like to
Slumgullion!
call it. So with the pasta, you're going to use about half of the bag. So we'll do that for right now.
That means that you have half a bag left to make it next week.
Right, exactly.
So we're in Alaska, and Alaska's always the last to get anything good. So just how many years ago did we get an Olive Garden? It's been in the past, what,
Been a
like
while.
5 years or so?
Yeah, probably about that. Mhm.
Yeah, 4 years? Okay. So, but we've never had an Olive Garden until about 4 years ago, because we're Alaska. We don't deserve lovely things. We're not refined enough or something. We finally get this Olive Garden, okay? Now, so my mom and dad are excited, and they go to Olive Garden. And my mom orders this pasta dish, because what else are you going to order at Olive Garden? You need to get pasta, right? It comes out, and like all of her noodles are like cooked together in a big lump. And so
Welcome to Olive Garden.
she lets them know. I don't know. I've eaten at Olive Garden down in like the lower 48, and I don't usually have that problem. So she lets the server know, and they take it back, and they redo her dish for her. It comes back, and there's still much of the noodles are stuck together and not cooked all the way through. They're like hard, right? Very al dente. So my mom lets them know again, because I mean, you just shouldn't have to eat that, right? And so she nicely lets them know again, you know, and she's like, would you just tell him, the cook back there, that he just has to stir the noodles. You just have to stir them, and they won't stick together. Just stir the noodles. And so she gets a dish the third time. Apparently, stirring the noodles is too hard. And she doesn't trust Olive Garden in Alaska. She's like, they just don't know how to stir the noodles. So really, when we say stir the noodles, there's value to that. Okay, you can't have a job at Olive Garden if you can't stir noodles. Okay.
Well, apparently you can
Apparently
have the
you can.
right. Apparently
Right?
it's okay.
Oh my
We
goodness.
should check that job application.
What is the world coming to?
Do you not want to stir noodles? We have a no.
We should that should be on their interview process. Do you know how to stir noodles?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So was it like when they were just brand new?
It was when they were brand new.
Okay, because I've been there and I
Right,
have not
I've
run
been
into
there,
that
and
problem.
it's delicious.
Yeah.
It's delicious now, but I think there may have been some like learning curve when they first opened. It was very hard, the concept. Stirring the noodles.
Page 3 of the manual was not included, right? It's
Right,
like,
right.
oh, you just throw it in this water and then you put it on the blade.
It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for Slum Goulian.
And you know what would be good? If we could get a paper towel and just wipe the remainder
Yes,
out
sir.
of this as well.
That there. Do you want me to right into the bowl,
That'll
right?
work, sure.
Yeah, we're just going to kind of wipe the pan. Is that good, Roger?
Yep, that'll be good. And so now you're going to just return this meat to the pan, but now we're going to open up our can of tomatoes.
Okay, and we're going to fit it into the pan.
Yes, we are.
We're not going to be able to stir it,
Oh, no.
but
See,
it will
'cause
fit in the pan.
Jen's going to get punched in the face with knowledge 2 times right here. One, it's with this, and then the other will be with the tomato paste.
Okay.
So what we want to do here is just go ahead and dump that in the pan, and we're just going to let the tomatoes sit in there for a bit without...
These are whole.
You're right, they're whole tomatoes. That's the whole story. You will notice that she sprayed some on me.
Totally
That's
on
okay.
purpose.
Yeah. And so we're just going to let these, and you can see again from the up above camera, we're just going to let these sit in here and start getting them warm, because as they warm, they're going to become more tender, and then we will start breaking them into smaller pieces.
Oh.
But the big...
Why don't you just get the...
Oh no, because the whole point of American goulash, Slum Goulian, is you got to have the big ones. If you have the small ones,
Really?
the entire... Because America, we don't do stuff easy.
Bigger go
It's all, yeah, go big or go home.
Or go
you know?
home.
So we ain't got no time for the petite diced tomatoes in a can. You got to get the 28-ounce whole peeled tomatoes, bam, put them in
Okay.
there.
Okay.
So now we've got tomato paste, and Jen was talking to me earlier about how difficult it is to get tomato paste
Yes.
out. But
It's not difficult. You just have to have a good, like, little rubber scraper thing to
I
get it out of
believe the
can.
terminology you used was extremely difficult, and I never want to have to deal with tomato paste again. Well, I'm about to hit you in the face with some knowledge, so
I'm
you
about
just
to hit you in the face for lying.
just for the hell of it. Oh, see, it is definitely. Let me tend to the pasta real quick.
Roger, you keep punching in the face
All right.
with some knowledge. Keep
So,
up your
we've,
violence over here.
Taken the lid off the top of the tomato paste already, and now all we need to do is take it off the bottom as well. But watch the magic that occurs. Oh, you probably can't see the magic. Watch the magic that occurs as I do this. And the reason we're adding tomato paste is we don't want to have this be too watery, but we do want to get a more bold tomato kind of flavor to this. And what better way to do that than tomato paste? So I've undone that. You just can kind of push this guy right through now.
Look at
And then
that.
there you go. And so you've got your tomato paste right in.
Fancy.
Knowledge. And Jen was correct about this pan being too small. I am going to once again throw Logan under the bus because he is the one that set
What's
the
the
pan
matter?
out.
Roger, it fits in the pan. Just don't stir.
Just don't stir
Look,
it. Right, I know. See, that's what I'm
Every
saying.
time you stir.
So we're kind of just trying to fold that tomato paste in to let it start.
Fold. That's what Roger has to do
Right,
because
the
the
pan
pan
is
is
a
too
little
small. We're just going to fold. Oh my gosh, the word's etymology doesn't do it any favors. Slum Goulian is believed to be derived from slum, an old word for slime. And Goulian, an English dialectical term for mud or cesspool.
All right, so we are creating. Jen loves the slime cesspool. Right.
The earliest recorded usage of slum Goulian in Mark Twain's Roughing It
Oh well, that's cool. Mark
refers not to a stew but a beverage.
Twain. A beverage. Well, we could attempt to drink this.
Oh my gosh, in the face with knowledge.
Yeah,
That is my
that is
favorite
some
piece of
knowledge
knowledge
right
we've had on the
That's
show so
right.
far. Here we go. This is how the pros do it, right?
I did see this on
Are
Food
we ready,
Network.
Roger?
Yes.
You saw this on Food Network?
Oh my God! It is all over my food again. Actually, quite a bit of it got in the bowl, but a huge amount of it got all over my shoes. All right.
Your shoes are so shiny.
I know. So we're gonna just pour this pasta
This floor
right back
needed
in.
a good mopping.
And what we're gonna
My
do,
shoes are all wet too.
we're also gonna now transfer this to the pan as well because we want to mix all this stuff together.
Okay. Woo!
Oh, that kind of was a slime
That was very
slime
slimy.
cesspool kind of sound. And so
The slimy cesspool.
let's actually move it to this pot. So,
You betcha.
so we've got it kind of mixing up in
You
there.
want to turn this off?
No, you can leave it on because we want to kind of mix things together. And the last piece of this puzzle, and the reason this meal is awesome, is your mozzarella.
We're not keeping it on. It's still holding a lot of heat. Dang.
And you're putting about 1.5 cups of mozzarella in there.
It needs more. That's not even a cup. That's like 3/4 maybe. There we go.
So you're going to put that in, and the idea, now, a lot of times this is actually then put in an oven and baked. You maybe put it on a, whatever those are, 9x13 pan or whatever, and you kind of bake it to
Maybe
let the
this is
cheese
the
melt.
slimy part.
But we're doing it all right in the bowl here, and it's melting up just fine. So we will need stuff we don't have. I think the plates.
We always need stuff we don't have.
Yeah, these plates are a little.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, if you could get some plates. Yep, and this is what we're talking about. You're probably right. This is probably where the slime part
The
came.
slime part.
But if I would be shocked if you do not enjoy this at home. This is super yummy. It actually makes you feel better after you've eaten it.
Wow. Okay.
All right, so this is looking like it's done to me, and we
It
have a
looks
special guest taste tester today.
Yes.
Brandy, would you
She-
come up?
she-
Madam
She
Brandy.
comes from the era that I
That's
assume
Slumgullion, correct.
Slumgullion came from.
Right, and so
Come on down.
come on down.
Our blast from the past here. Here you go, madame.
Alright, thank you.
Blow. We burn mouths here all the time. You'll have to speak loudly because of the mics.
This is the best Slumgullion I've ever had.
Wonderful! Thank you, madame.
Thank you.
All right, Roger.
Well, I had to actually get out of the shot because her long flowing gown was kind of
not
pushed
only
me out of the way.
not only was it good, but it was the best that our sweet guest has ever had.
Yeah, well, and she comes from
Wonderful.
the era, so
Yes, she would know.
modern equipment makes it better. Maybe.
I'm afraid.
I love the goulash.
Wow, that's really
Bam,
good.
yeah, see? Jen loves goulash.
I love
Try it at
goulash.
home. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.